Behold the shark ladies.
All right, friends, you know who this is. This is another fabulous shark-infused friend. Please put your hands together in the traditional theater kid round of applause and join me in welcoming Stephen Ray Morris to the show. Hi, Stephen.
I welcome our orca overlords.
So do I, girl. So do I.
Let's do it.
We can't do any worse than we've done so far.
Yes.
Stephen, of course, you know as not only a writer, but a king of all podcasts. See Jurassic Right, the Purrcast, which I was on. My favorite murder, and is when we were thinking about shark theming this episode, I was like, if Stephen is available, I have to ask him to be on.
Well, I was going to ask, Ashley, did you think about asking me because of the shark ladies on my desk when you went to go watch Penny Lane?
I perhaps did. Can we highlight them? And can you tell us their origin story?
Well, there was, I forget the name of the YouTuber, but they were in Japan, you know, the like, whatever the, you know, machines to get the toys or whatever. And I saw shark ladies because I think, you know, post Baby Shark, we're living in a real shark reinvention time. I think as orcas are now terrorizing humans and sharks are kind of just like the innocent puppies, you know, and I love this like sexy lady sharks. They're very fun.
Too. It came from the page of Steven, the legend. Indeed.
Oh, it's Andrew. Hey, Andrew.
And also some love for the shark ladies.
Yeah.
Okay, Steven, because you and I are friends and we can be silly together, I wrote a game based on the Sloppy Seconds podcast game, Slant My Name, based on the Tyra Banks interview with Beyonce called Beyonce My Name, Say My Name. So I have written 20 slant rhymes for your names. A slant rhyme is an imperfect rhyme. And I want you to answer them as authentically and as quickly as possible. Okay?
All right. Slightly terrified, but it's fine.
Stephen Ray Finnis. What is your favorite type of shark?
Ooh, well, I think I have to give it up to the whale shark because I saw one in person for the first time at the Atlanta Aquarium and I cried because they're beautiful. So
I also think they're adorable, and I kind of high-key want to swim in the mouth and out through the gills. I know that's not a safe thing to do, but I do want to do it.
You want to get out. I actually just want to stay in there where it's safe.
Just like set up and rent and bring Penny away.
Yeah. I live inside of a whale shark.
Stephen Gray Chorus. What's your favorite song about sharks?
Oh, I mean,
there's like
not Baby Shark, not Baby Shark. That's this generation's. This is the song that never ends. You know, what's a good song about? I mean, Fins by Jimmy Buffett is probably a classic one.
That's a good one. Good one. I was like, all I could think of was a movie theme song, and I can't say that out loud.
I mean, you got fins to the left, fins to the right. It's classic.
That's true. Stephen Spray Chloris. Chloris is the Greek nymph of plants. What's your favorite plant?
Oh, there's this tree in, I want to say Namibia called the Welwitschia tree. The fact that I have this big pole is crazy, but I was obsessed with this tree for a long time because most of the tree like lives underground and you just see these like really it's almost like I don't know, it looks like an aloe vera plant, but like even more like fucked up in a beautiful way. Excuse me. Yeah.
This is the internet. We can say whatever we want.
Yay. Welwitschia tree. Look it up. I spent like a long time learning about that tree and I've always been obsessed with it.
Stephen Stray Taurus. If astrological signs were sharks, which shark sign would you be?
Ooh, well, like you, I'm an Aries, and I feel like probably like a bull shark, you know, because we're kind of goats, you know, so something like, you know, horns and, you know, ready to run forward, you know, swim forward fast. But well, and mako sharks are the fastest sharks, so that could be us too. But
I also feel like there is a contention for hammerheads just for the horns analysis, right?
Yeah, I love them.
And they're very beautiful. So I would like to think that we could slay with sharks.
With our eyes on the sides of our head. Nobody Photoshop that. That's going to look.
But also like a blonde, it has to be blonde, right? Like full blonde head of hair on top of it.
Oh my God.
Stephen played Doris. Doris was the nymph of fishing grounds. Have you watched any Shark Week programming? If no, what do you love most about Shark Week as a concept?
Well, I really love Shark Week, especially in the last few years, because there's a really great organization called MISS, Minorities in Shark Sciences. And they're a really awesome organization that basically just calls to attention, how STEM has been unfairly, white and male. And I've been a supporter of them for 3 years, and I just like following them and learning shark facts from them. And they do lots of internships and things like that. It's very exciting since I found that whole team and have been following them ever since.
This is how I know that you and I have been psychically bonded, because my next question is, Stephen, pray promise. I promise to let you talk about minorities in shark science and why we should love them as much as you do.
Yeah.
They
they're such a great
Patreon
organization.
as well.
Yes, which I'm a follower of. But yeah, it's really cool to see them, especially since they started 3 years ago, that they're already in programming and stuff, like, us talking heads and focus on their research. It's really quite an amazing thing to see them in all that stuff.
Stephen Bray Callis, if you had a battle cry before going into war, what would it be?
No worries if not. That was my first gut instinct.
So accurate, though.
No worries if not. It's fine.
And then you hack someone in half. I love that for you. Stephen Day Solace, what is your favorite act or form of self-care?
Watching ASMR videos, to be honest.
Ooh,
that's like in bed with my phone, like up to here, and I'm just like, well, in those happy little trees, like the like just Bob Ross painting away, and that just kind of, it helps me chill out for sure.
Stephen Grin Lotus, lotus plants are highly toxic to cats. How is Penny Lane doing?
She is, if I don't disturb our stream, she is right there.
I'm waving to the cat who can't hear or see me and does not care.
She's taken to sleeping above my head lately, and sometimes she'll step on my head when she's hungry. So, but other than that, she's great. 16 and loving it.
Does she step on your head intentionally?
Yes. Oh, definitely.
I mean, that does feel appropriate for a 16-year-old human or cat.
Yeah. Wake up.
I'm hungry. Penny getting shout outs in the chat. Hi, Penny.
Hi, Penny. She doesn't care about us.
If she was awake, she would be loud, though. She's the most talkative cat I've ever had the pleasure of spending time with.
Yeah, she's got a lot to say.
Stephen Slay Forest. Kelp forests come from the oceans. How many aquariums have you visited this year? And tell me about them.
I haven't visited. Wait, where was I? I was literally just somewhere, and now I can't even remember. Oh my god. Oh, I saw some penguins at the San Diego Zoo, but last year I achieved my dream of visiting the New Orleans Aquarium and then the Georgia Aquarium, which is the largest one in the world. And honestly, I'm overdue for a Long Beach Aquarium trip because I haven't been to that one in a while. And then I've been to the Monterey Bay Aquarium a few times, but I went back again in 2021. So I like, there's something so soothing about being like that water light, that like blue, and you feel like you're in a 90s vaporwave, like CD-ROM game or something.
You're like, am I stuck inside of the mainframe, or
yes.
Is this good? Stephen Stay Florist, when you stay home, what is your favorite shark-themed entertainment?
Ooh, well, I mean, they might be struck work, but
yeah, I know. I was like, maybe some YouTubes, maybe some cuddling.
I mean, again, Miss Minorities in Shark Sciences, their Instagram and their Twitter are just really great follows. So I'm usually just browsing and regramming all their stuff. That's kind of my shark entertainment, as well as just hanging out with this guy and then all the shark ladies.
All the shark ladies. I really hope somebody just cosplays as the shark ladies. I hope that's like a thing that catches on.
Oh, that's such a great idea. I love that.
Maybe that's a dueling Halloween costume we should do.
Yeah.
The shark ladies.
I'll be the shark. I'll be like the shark like lower half, and then Steven upper half,
Yes. Oh my god, that's so fun. What a fun mermaid idea. Yeah. Stephen May Harmless. Which type of shark would you feel most comfortable diving with?
Ooh, I mean, a whale shark for sure. I really do want to go. I've especially lately, I've really wanted to go swimming with sharks.
Are you
I feel
going
like
in the cage or are you just going like for the free swim?
probably start with the cage and then, but it'd
Yeah.
be, I would love to find like, ethical ways to go experience that, because I just feel like, I feel like, over the last so many years, it's like we've definitely come to appreciate sharks more and like realize like they're just little lovable. You just got to boot the snoot and then it's okay. I mean,
That's
I'm
how I
not
feel
going to say I
about
wouldn't be terrified, but like at the same time, I want to appreciate, speaking of like appropriate and tragic deaths, I, I definitely want to, like, if I were to go, it would be admiring, something in nature. I just feel like that's, it's the Jurassic, or it's that thing where it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, the dinosaurs stepped on you because you were too busy appreciating it.
I feel like I'm going to the coral reef. Oh, look, there's an adorable nurse shark who you can like fully pet, like are just really dogs.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, there's a tiger shark. This was a good run.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Like amazing, but I'm having a horrible time. Stephen Spray Chorus, tell us what podcast you're working on right now.
Well, I'm always working on the Purrcast. We're interviewing people about their cats because, unlike Penny Lane, not all cats are as chatty as Penny Lane. But I'm also in the middle of relaunching See Jurassic Right, which is my Jurassic and dinosaur podcast. It's kind of a mix of anything tangentially in that web. Whether it's like dinosaurs or natural history museums. Again, we've talked about sharks on the show before. So those are that's like in the middle of relaunching right now, but if you follow me on everything, you'll find it.
The Purrcast, if anybody needs a very calming, wholesome podcast to like have in the tub, or to like, oh, I'm gonna try to nap, but I'm not gonna, like, it's my favorite because it's just so calming and good. Everyone's adorable on it. Everyone's very attractive on it. It's a really great show.
It's a safe space to talk about your pets because, I mean, obviously, we can talk about our cats for hours, our fellow orange kitties, but
Yes.
I like to think that over the almost 8 years that we've done the podcast, that it's just like, hey, come talk about your cat for an hour, 2 hours even, or whatever. And, it's nice.
Fun fact, it's the only podcast interview I've ever done that my mother has listened to.
Whoa. Oh my God.
Like, comics, I don't care about that. Cats, yes.
Oh, I mean, Brago is so handsome.
I mean, yes, he's a beautiful boy. Stephen Pay Walrus, what is your favorite sea creature that's not a shark?
Ooh, that is a good question.
I know you shouted out penguins earlier.
Penguins are pretty cool. Wow, why am I? This is the one question I feel stumped on for some reason. Like, what are sea animals?
You're like, I don't want the sea cucumbers to be tweeting me, being like, how come you didn't say sea cucumber?
No. I mean, I love a squid. I love a deep sea fangly fish.
Ooh, yes.
But yeah, I mean, octopi or octopuses. I don't know the
Pie,
of it,
I think,
but
if we're going
I mean, they're always really fascinating to look at and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Squids are just so mysterious and weird. And I think about Sphere by Michael Crichton, that book.
What a great book. Yeah,
it's my well, don't tell Jurassic Park, but it's my favorite Michael Crichton book.
Somebody somewhere, their brain did just explode. I'm not gonna lie. But speaking of Stephen Prey octopus,
ooh,
what is your favorite seafood to eat?
Oh, I love sushi. I've become a real sushi head in the last, I guess.
It's
I don't
very LA.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I guess I'm not really much of like a cooked fish person. I really prefer, raw fish, I guess. I can down a whole plate of Whole Foods sushi. It's actually kind of really good.
Yeah. Stephen J. Lotus. J. Lotus is a popular art gallery. What is your favorite piece of shark-themed artwork? And if you don't have an answer, that's fine.
I love that. I wish I had something in front of me that I could.
The Shark Ladies!
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. You're right. This is 3D art.
It is.
Vinyl figure.
Absolutely. That is real art. Also, people in the comments being like, above Jurassic Park.
I know, right? Like, see, look at the legs. because they're like kind of pin-up-y, you know, it kind of calls attention to the, you know, like the era when sharks were, you know, in the 70s and everything. So
they're delicate. I think also because they're so tiny, like they're just little babies.
Yeah, these are really tiny, but I don't know if I would want a giant one. It might feel kind of weird having.
Oh my god, I want two like
baby human legs. No,
shark ladies to like flank your, you know, because obviously, you work in entertainment in LA, so you're rich, to flank your giant mansion.
Yes, of course. Yeah, the entrance. Behold the shark ladies.
Yeah, we're like, oh, and they're like on the TMZ tour, and they're like, and this is obviously Stephen Ray Morris' house.
Wow. I mean, hey, just live your truth. I don't know.
Stephen Clay Fortress. Clay Fortresses feature heavily in Horizon Gate. What video games are you enjoying recently?
Well, I've been playing Tears of the Kingdom like everyone, but I'll use this again to call attention to something water related. My favorite video game of all time is called Subnautica, which, you know, I only played it a few years ago, but it truly is like, it has weirdly like made me want to go in the water more. I know in this day and age, we're like, you know, the ocean's trying to keep us out, but it's like, yeah, but that's why I like it. Like I like our orca overlords. Like I welcome, you know, I'm ready to go back to the sea. And so, yeah, Subnautica is basically like an open world survival game where you crash land on an ocean planet basically, and you have to swim and build and all this kind of stuff and survive. And I don't know, it's just very like, it's equally terrifying and soothing, which is why I love, you know, animals, sharks, dinosaurs, cats. There's like a little bit of awe and then also fear. So that game kind of captures it. But yeah, it's an incredible game. I've spent so much time in that game that I feel like I lived there half the time, or I did when I was playing it like a year or two ago.
I'm formally inviting you to come on our Graham and I's kayaking trip to see the orcas.
Oh my god, I love kayaking. I go kayaking when I visit my mom in Oregon all the time. Like I would do it all the time if I wasn't in. Have you seen a lake in LA? I don't.
That little river that runs through the valley, that trickle.
Yeah, okay, we'll go kayaking down there.
Like a 3-person kayak. I don't think they make them that big. You and I have to flank it, and Graham can be in the middle, just like writing up the story as we go along.
Well, yeah, we'll provide our own pod.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Stephen, hey, Eris or Ares is the name of several gods across the Greek pantheon. Who is your favorite god or goddess?
The god of plenty.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was my first. That was my first instinct.
That was a good one, though. I was like, there's a chance that when I was writing this, I was like, I got nothing for this one, but this sort of vaguely right. So we have 2 more. Stephen May Sporus. Which month is your birthday in, my fellow Aries?
April. I'm an April Aries, which means I'm a nightmare. But
it means that you cross into Taurus tendencies. I'm a March Aries, which means I cross into Pisces tendencies, which means I'm a nightmare.
You know, we're both beautifully lovely in our own ways, you know, in that regard.
And lastly, but not leastly, Stephen Trey Orcus. I have no idea. I was out of rhymes by this point. What are you geeking out about that you're not working on?
Ooh, what am I geeking out about? I mean,
and because struck work, I don't know, probably like, what are you reading or what are you playing?
I mean, I'm reading a biography of Jodie Sweetin right now from Full House. I'm reading her autobiography right now, and it's really good. And I think I'm going to try and get more into autobiographies, like Selena, fellow Aries as well. I ordered that. So yeah, autobiographies, I guess.
Wait, what would your autobiography be called?
Appropriate and Tragic. The Stephen Ray story.
Mine would be called Difficult and Ill-Tempered.
I could see them flying off the shelves already.
Definitely. They'll be side by side. They'll come out like on the last day of March and the first day of April.
Yes.
They're going to be, we will join Steve Alton as New York Times bestsellers. Stephen, before I let you go, and thank you for joining us and for joining me in this very, very silly game, where can people find you, support you, and follow you into this new chapter in your career that you're in right now?
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's quite a time right now. But yeah, you can always just follow me at Stephen Ray Morris on Instagram and Twitter, at least for now, you know, whatever. Or sorry, X. Oh my God.
No, it's Twitter, and it will always be Twitter.
And I guess I'm on other things, but at Stephen Ray Morris on all the things to keep updated with, stuff I'm working on.
Stephen, thank you so much. I love you very much. I will release you back into the ether, and please give Penny a good pet for me.
I will give her a nice boop on the snoot. Thank you, Ashley. This was so much fun.